Pasó, this is Angel from DFW Customs. Y aquí estoy con mi compa Jason. Hoy tenemos a little Nissan D21 hardbody. And you know I'm excited whenever I get these little mini trucks in. They don't come very often, but when they do, son chuladitas. And today we're gonna be installing these lowering springs, as long as relocating the spring mount location and bringing it up a little bit higher. And of course cortándole un cachito aquí just a little bit, since they might get stuck on the ground going up a driveway or something like that. La troquita ya tiene los blocks, so she's already a little bit lowered. Nomás depende cómo queda, we might have to C-notch her. Sabemos que sí se lo vamos a hacer. But we have all these cross members in the way, so we're gonna have to get rid of them and maybe attach one for the gas tank, porque se coloca aquí. Pero a ver cómo queda. ¿Qué piensas, Jason? Que está muy bonito. Ok, ya me aventé un lado. I got this side done. Right here. That's how it looks. You just relocate the leaf spring about 2 inches upwards and cut off the bottom piece, that way it doesn't drag on the floor. That do it to both sides. New bolt. Pretty much the leaf spring, all it is they just add about a inch block on there. It still has the three leaves on there, so I'm not sure if it's because it's a, I don't know, do the leaves not support the same amount of weight, or is it dropping because of that little block right there? Who knows? I believe it's because of the block. And that's how it looked beforehand. It's a big old bushing right there. Honestly, I prefer the stock preference, but you can't have that on there. It gets stuck pretty much everywhere. Let me just finish up this side and then we'll get to the notch. Alright, so ya tengo los dos lados ready. Both sides are bolted on and the fix where they're supposed to be. I gotta remove this cross member. Pretty much I already got everything unbolted. I just gotta remove some of these lines. There is a hard line here. Probably either gonna cut the bracket, that way I don't have to unbolt this. And that's about it. Once I get this off, I can measure for the notch. Bueno, ya acabé con el notch, but that doesn't mean I'm done yet, porque ahí está el tanque colgando, como el viejito del gimnasio, because it doesn't have that cross member right here anymore. So we have to make a new one, not for the shock relocation, nothing, just to hold up that bracket right there for the tank. So nomás lo vamos a conectar de probably this corner to that corner with some drop down brackets and just a plate. That way we can bolt it onto the original holes right here. Even though if I wanted to weld it, I could, because it still has, I think, 2 more bolts down there that we can just unbolt if they ever have to drop the tank. But let me get that, I'm probably gonna use a tube. Let me get that tube cut out and see if I can make a bracket for that real quick. No, hombre, chicos, huelía chicharrón y luego, what the fuck, I lit myself on fire. Damn, it's a brand new shirt too. That sucks, I guess. It was a pipe cut to size. I was halfway done with the brackets too before I lit myself on fire. There's gonna be a little drop down style. Let me just get them cut out real quick. Okay, este va a ser nuestro bracket. Nothing state of the art, nomás simple. Cada nomás es para el tanque de gas. All it has to do is fold it up. Now installed, this is how the bracket looks like. It's literally just a plate to drop down and replace the old one. Y luego tenemos el cross member right here, the tube. It's a little 2-in-1. Acts as a new cross member and a bracket for the plate. Which I don't really think it needs a cross member, but if you really wanted to, you could cut the tube off right here. But I mean, it helps. Why not? Usually I go by take off a cross member, add a cross member. That's usually my rule of thumb, but I'm sure it would have been good enough with just this one back here. Let's get it painted, and I'm gonna put the bed on and see how the wheels clear on the lips. Okay, ahí está en el piso. This is it on the floor. The customer wanted to go with these wheels. Honestly, I like them. I think they look more modern versus the original wheels. Not bad, but I think these look a lot better. Diff is centered. He has plenty of space. Okay, le puse las llantas y they didn't fit. They're too wide. I think he had 225 45 17s. I had to trim it up right here. I left maybe about 1/4 inch, and they still didn't hit, so we're switching up to maybe 195 45 17s. They should fit. There it is with the smaller tires. And she looks like she clears. Now we just gotta drive it and see how she rides. Y así quedó la troquita. It looks nice on these wheels, but once you get a skinny enough tire to make it fit, the tank hits the floor. Well, it only hits the floor on hard bumps, but it still hits the floor. And I tried finding a taller tire, but they don't make one. A 195/50 or 195/55 would be a motorcycle tire at that point. But we put the stocks back on, and the offset on them sinking enough to where the tires can clear, even with the tall tire. And that's what he needed, but the Toyota wheels, they stick out too much. The offset's too negative. So these fit perfectly. And they bring up the truck enough to where the tank doesn't hit. And they tug, which looks badass. Even though these wheels look really nice. I like these wheels. But she drives good, drives straight. If he plans on going with these wheels, he either has to pick up the truck or do a fuel cell. Which I don't think he's gonna do a fuel cell anytime soon. Maybe in the future, but not now. He might just put all the 4 stocks back on. But that's it for the Nissan. I'm gonna close up shop and I'll see you guys later. Don't forget to subscribe.